live coverage of Expo North as it happens. This is Expo North Live.
Our next guest won Scottish Album of the Year 2015 with her debut album. Please welcome Kathryn Joseph. Kathryn, congratulations, first and foremost. How did you feel when you won?
It was amazing, yeah. I didn't think that we had a chance of even being in it in the first place, let alone winning it. So yeah, it was amazing.
And has it changed anything for you?
Yeah, it changed everything. It meant that I could now do music as a job, and it meant that I moved back to Glasgow, and yeah, it's completely changed everything in my life.
But it's interesting because I've heard that you were offered a record deal when you were 23 and you turned it down.
Yeah.
Why was that?
I just didn't feel right. It was as simple as that. I felt too young, and I felt not really in control of what was happening around me at that point. And yeah, I didn't feel like I wanted to give all of my songs away for the deal that they were offering me. And when I could make the same amount of money and still do my waitressing job, which I loved, you know. So yeah, it was just a feeling of wanting it to still belong to me.
That's quite a strong-minded thing to do at 23. I mean, some people would be a bit uncertain.
Well,
about
it's strong, but it's fear. Fear is that it made it easy to say no to things because it frightened me to do it.
So what changed for you? Why now for your debut album?
I don't really know. I think it just definitely age-wise, or you get to a point where you're more sure of what you've written, if it makes sense or not. And I had a child, and that makes you more confident, I think, in other things, or what matters more or less. And yeah, just lots of different things in life that made it make sense for this time in my life to do it.
So, I mean, now at the age of 40, you have less self-doubt that perhaps somebody might when they're 23?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely still have the self-doubt, but I think you feel much more sure of what matters.
I mean, has it been difficult, though, juggling a career with the responsibilities of motherhood, family life, that sort of thing?
Yeah. I mean, it's the luxury of the idea of doing it and not having to find a babysitter or to, I think but at the same time, you know, that is causing me to be able to do it as well, because it makes you more able, you know, and but yeah, it's tricky. And it makes it something that almost that part of doing it when you're younger would be lovely, you know, when you just can think about that and writing and playing and.
Well, that's it. I was going to ask, where do you find the headspace? Where did you find the time?
Yeah, it's harder. It's definitely harder. But I think you just get better at, you've got this time now and you need to use it. Whereas before, you know, I would definitely, I didn't have to think like that, you know, and now it's like, this is the only time I have, so you make the most of it.
I mean, here at Expo North Live, have you been here before?
Yeah, last year.
There you go.
We played last year and I loved it. It was just, the whole weekend was beautiful, yeah.
I mean, what seems to go down particularly well with people is it helps you connect up with people, like-minded souls, in a way that, you know, makes artists feel less isolated.
Yeah, and it's such a nice way to, things that you might not hear normally, you know, that you end up going along to and just names that you've heard, but you've maybe not had a chance to like catch the gigs. It's like there's so much on at the same time that you're more likely to like get to hear it. Yeah, it's lovely. It's a really beautiful thing.
Well, all power to you, Kathryn, and you know, watch out for Kathryn's debut album. I do recommend it. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for having me.